Unfortunately, last year, over 60,000 Americans lost their lives to an opioid overdose. The Centers for Disease Control tells us that 115 Americans lose their lives every day to an opioid overdose. In fact, the problem is so severe that the first time in over 55 years, we've seen the life expectancy of Americans drop for the 2 years in a row. This is an absolute epidemic. The sirens should be ringing, and we should be doing everything we can to end this opioid epidemic that we've seen. And I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this important legislation, because the Drug Enforcement Agency is now telling us that a majority of the people that get addicted to opioids get their first opioids not from a drug dealer, not from a doctor, from someone's medicine cabinet. And in New York State, in the vast majority of our state, there are few places where you can safely dispose of your unused pharmaceutical products. This is something that the pharmaceutical industry should have been doing for a long time, and it's a shame that we have to pass legislation to force them to do this when we've seen people lose their lives every day. This is an important step in the right direction. It'll allow people to safely dispose of their unused pharmaceutical products, and we need to continue to do everything we can, all hands on deck, to make sure that in the future, this opioid epidemic only exists in the history books. So I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this legislation and look forward to working with all of you to continue this momentum to end the opioid epidemic. Thank you, Mr. President.